Hi guys, in this video we will expose the REST endpoint for the getting employee, that is get, and the post, that is for saving employee, to REST endpoint. Okay, to do this we need to define a repository which we will use to perform database operations such as save, update, delete. Okay, let's create package called repository, and inside this we'll have a new interface, and we'll call this employee repository. So this will extend JPA repository. By extending JPA repository, we will have access to some methods which we will use to perform JPA operation. Extend JPA repository, here it is. Okay, and we'll pass the name of the class employee, here it is, and here we'll pass along. Okay, now we will use this interface employee repository to perform JPA operation. So the next thing, let's define a contract for the service. We need a package and call this service. So let's create a new interface. Okay, and we'll call this employee service. Okay, and this will define some method declaration. So first, for the saving user, we need employee save employee, and we'll pass the employee that we need to save. Okay, we'll add employee, and the second one is for getting the employee, and this will be iterable of employee. It will return a list of employees, and we will call this get employee, get employees. Okay, so we will have no parameter here. Let's save these changes. Make sure you save all these changes, and then the next thing, let's create a class that will implement this interface, and we will call this employee service implementation. IMPL is okay, and let's have this. Okay, so the first thing, before doing anything, we need to annotate this class with @service. That is the stereotype annotation, and we need to use the repository that we just defined for performing, that is JPA operation. So let's have the auto-wait before having it private. We annotate this with auto-wait private employee repository. Okay, that is fine. And the next thing we will do, we will define two. We will have to implement the employee service contract and have the two method definition. Add unimplemented method. This is as simple as we'll just have employee repository dot save followed by the employee. So we finish with this one, and the next method is nearly the same. We just need to get the employee. So employee repository dot find all. Okay, that is fine as well. So let's save these changes. And the next thing we will do is we will define a controller. So let's create a package, call this controller. So inside this we will define a class called this employee controller. Okay, so we'll annotate this with at rest service to tell the dispatcher servlet we don't expect a view, we just need a raw data at rest controller, and we need at request mapping. So let's define this as employee API. That is fine. So let's talk to the interface. We need a private, and what will be this is the employee service. Okay, we'll annotate this with at AutoWord. That is fine. And okay, so let's define two controller action. The first one is the at get mapping. Okay, so for the get mapping, we'll have the endpoint as the employees. It will return a list of employee. So we need a public iterable of employee and name this method get employees. So this will have no parameter and will just return employee service dot get employees, the method that we define. Okay, and for the post mapping, let's have at post mapping, we'll have the at employee. So this will be public employee save employee. We expect the request that will come from here. Let's add this so that okay, we expect the request that will come from here to have a body, and we will intercept a body. The body is for the employee at request body, and the type is employee. Okay, and let's have so we'll return the employee service dot save employee, and we pass the employee as the parameter. Okay, that is all we need to do. Okay, the next thing we'll try adding user. So, and I will use Postman to add the user to this endpoint. So let's copy this, go to the Postman. We will test this. We need http local host 8080 / followed by this employee API, and remember it is at employee. Okay, http localhost 8080 employee API at employee. We are trying to access the action for the at employee. So let's go and add the body for this request. It is a raw data, and so we'll have the first name, last name, and the email. So let's duplicate this, and it will have a comma separated. Okay, so here we have a first name, and I will set this to my name Aliyu, and we have a last name here, last name, and these to Sahabo, and we will have the email to Aliyu Sahabo Adam at gmail.com. Okay, so last name, first name, and email. Now let's send this request. Okay, you can see we send this request and it has the ID of one. If we check the database, so here let's click on this, we'll see that a new user is added. You can see we have Aliyu Sahabo. Okay, so let's test the get method, and the get method is just employees, and we change this to get. Okay, so let's try to get this. It is working as expected. So that is what we have. See you in the next video.